life. Alright, let's go back. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, let's see how can we get this jungle spline going. Alright, so first of all, the thing is, how can we make this work? I got the burn forest PCG fixed, so now we don't have any trees spawning behind these rocks, which is great. It's gonna help a lot the performance of this scene. So I'm going to change the jungle spline. Okay, so let's work on that. And I'm starting to get a lot of files here. A lot of my content browser is starting to get a little bit disorganized. So let's try to actually make some sense of this. Cable component. Okay, you know, this cable component I might just okay, I think I'm going to make a little folder called this folder is going to be called jungle BP and PCG. Something like that. So everything that is actually jungle related, jungle BP, those two are going to that asset, that folder. Do I have a move to? Okay, yeah, I can just drag them from here to the folder, which is going to be jungle BP PCG. This is going to hold everything blueprint related and PCG related to the actual jungle. So jungle PCG, because it's time to actually get things a little bit organized here. So here I'm going to push this as well to the jungle folder. Move here. Okay, nice. So let's see. Okay, BP hanging bridge, BP landscape patch. This landscape patch I will just delete. I'm not gonna use this for this environment. It's too heavy on such a big landscape, so let's just get rid of that. Don't really need it. Let's clean up a little bit. We got some redirectors to clean. Unreal doesn't like when you delete files. Sometimes it just bugs out. And I'm going to make another folder for every biome, so I can like start actually organizing a little bit. Yes, good job, Unreal. We got it cleaned. Nice. Now I might as well just click all the redirectors and just, hey, what's up, Bob? Bob Esponja, how are you? All right, let's clean redirectors, which is update redirector references, and I'm going to just delete unreferenced redirectors, and let's add a little color to this file, which is gonna be right click, set color, and I'm going to add a new color. I don't know, let's keep them purple. These PCG files, I'm gonna keep them purple, like dark purple a little bit, not too dark because the background is dark. So yeah, remember guys, if you're looking at the vertical stream, there's also a horizontal stream where you can check the menus on what I'm doing on the program as well. Unfortunately, I cannot add the menus on the vertical stream because there's no way to display it properly. So you can go to my YouTube channel and then you will be able to choose between two streams, which is the same stream. It's just that I'm doing multi-streaming so I can get people from the vertical, from the shorts feed, which is a great way to get discovered and get people interested. But the main stream is the horizontal one. That way you can see the menus and every click I'm doing and the whole thing, even my desktop and whatever is on the computer. If you are interested in the technical aspect of this. Okay, so let's create another folder which is going to be called Burned Forest. So I'm gonna come here and create a new folder and it's going to be named Burned Forest BP underneath PCG, just so I can put everything there. And I'm going to add the same color to it. So I got the caps wrong. Okay, Burned Forest BP PCG. And also let's try to clean up the redirectors. Show redirectors, and I would like to clean the redirectors. BP PCG. Okay, anyways, I'm just gonna set the color to purple and try to clean up this content browser just a little bit before I continue, because it's gonna get a little messy. So here we got the river rocks, spline path, BP jungle. Okay, I want to go PCG Burned Forest. Basically just get that on the Burned Forest, and then I want to go BP Burned and get all the other ones there. Okay, let's see. So here I'm gonna get the biome Burned Forest. Those go to this one. Just those are splines, and I'm gonna get the river rocks also goes to the Burned Forest, and BP Hanging Bridge, river rocks. This is a blueprint, spline blueprint also goes there. Move there. Okay, so we got a BP spline vine, which is the this one, which is I'm actually gonna delete this one because this one is not what we want. It's kind of like we got a new one, so let me just. Hey, how are you? El Bomba. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Let's get this going. Hanging bridge. This hanging bridge, I'm not really sure where to place it because I'm gonna use it like in a lot of environments. So this is where things get tricky, because this cable can go to BP jungle. Yeah, the hanging bridge one, Burned Forest. Let's actually push this to the jungle folder. It's okay, I'm gonna use it in the jungle as well. BP Vine Swamp. Okay, let's make another one for the swamp, because I do have. So let's just go with a new folder, copy this name, and let's call it swamp, which is gonna be swamp. And here I'm gonna add all the swamp things. Yeah, I got my microphone right on top of my keyboard, so it's kind of hard to see. Swamp. Let's add the purple color to the folder. Oh, that's very nice. That's very good that you got you're getting a new PC. Very good stuff for Unreal. Let's get the BP Spike, the Vine Swamp, and also the Swamp Biome into the Swamp folder. Right there. Great. That's amazing. Now, I think I'm gonna make a subfolder. So all the PCG and blueprints that are related to the biomes are going to be in that folder. And I can just search inside that folder and get everything I need without referencing all the other assets that might be using the name burnt or jungle or swamp. So it's gonna be so much easier for me to actually deal with this. Let's make just 2 more folders and we are good to go. And we can start actually getting this thing together. So jungle, this is gonna be the green forest. This is the most generic name ever. Yeah, just green forest, which is the starting area forest. Also, let's hey Tundi, son personal. I need to have a little text on my vertical stream. If you guys interested in the technical side, you can check the horizontal stream, because I'm streaming on Shorts feed and on the horizontal one, so you can get a. No, I don't do Twitch. I tried Twitch for a month or 2 and I had only 1 viewer and 1 comment. People in Twitch are not my audience. So no, I'm not doing Twitch anymore. I didn't like the experience, not because of the lack of viewers, but because all the spammy messages you get. Oh, buy this promotion. Oh, get these viewers. Oh, do that, do this, and I'm like, And unfortunately, the only people who talk to me in Twitch, I didn't have the chat activated, and I couldn't talk back to him. So it was terrible. So I'm just keeping everything on YouTube, because I'm trying to document the process and I want these videos to be available for forever. You know, I want to see this in 5 or 10 years and I will be like, oh, that's fun. That's what I was making 10 years ago. That's kind of fun. Twitch, you cannot save the videos for that long, which is something I don't appreciate. And I think that's very powerful about YouTube. It's just a library of whatever you're doing. You can document your artistic process and just... No, I used Unity just for a little art test that I actually failed. And yeah, I like Unreal because I'm more used to Unreal. I'm an Unreal artist and I've been using it since Unreal 4.25. And yeah, it's been very good to me, Unreal. It's gotten me a lot of opportunities and I kinda love Unreal. And it's super nice and friendly towards artists. So that's why Unreal... I like it most. I don't have anything against Unity. I think it's a great software, but it's more like for programmers, more for kind of people who code. For artists, I think it's much more friendly to use Unreal. Blueprinting is just so nice.
Unity is so hard.
It is hard and complicated and very... There's a lot of versions, there's not much documentation, there's not much tutorials. The community, I cannot talk about much the community, but I haven't seen like forums or a lot of tutorials on it, and it's very confusing. That's all I can say. It's just very confusing and hard to get like proper information, and there's like 1,000 different Unity versions, which I struggled a lot with. I was trying to do like a cinema camera thing, and I got like 10,000 versions of it, and I was like, well, if you have this version, you cannot do this, but if you have this other version, you can do that. I'm like, why don't you just make a standard version and just keep it easy, you know, make it easy for people, you know, what's the deal about actually making it so hard to just follow a tutorial. So you need to get to figure out stuff on your own, and it's kind of okay, it's kind of interesting, but not my cup of tea. Definitely not my cup of tea. I like things to be.
Do you know why some parts of the ground move in Unreal? Not that I have Unreal, just past experience.
Dude, that's too broad. I would like to have a video or. It's a headache. Oh yeah. And I don't have time for headaches. I want something that allows me to express myself as an artist. That's why Unreal is number one. Mr. Mosquito, Alien Gaming. I don't know. I need to see a video or a screenshot. I don't know what you're referring to. To be sincere. Yeah, I don't know exactly what you are trying to what do you mean by that? Sometimes when you have world partition, some assets get what's the word, unloaded, and it's very annoying because you are like, oh, I placed a tree here, and then there's no tree in there, and it's because it gets unloaded. That's why I don't like world partition that much. It's a little complicated. It's a very powerful tool if you know how to use it, but it's not so easy to use in my experience. But I know there's people who use world partition and they can do very cool stuff. Absolutely very cool stuff with it. I hope, I don't know if that's or orange forest, if that's gonna help, but I will need a little bit more information to see what's the deal. Orange forest.
When the ground is high up, and when you walk up to it, the ground texture kind of moves weirdly. I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, like glitching, like. So let's push this thing into the orange. A BP PCG folder right there, and this.
Hey, I sent a video in DC, you can take a look later.
Hey babe, how are you? I'm really working on the performance. I'm trying to improve the performance. I've been researching a lot about PCG and how to make it more efficient.
I'm going to try to find it online.
Yeah, if you go to my Discord and send me a video or a screenshot, I can definitely help you out, because it's kind of hard to just talk about very technical things. So yeah, babe, I got a lot of things that I want to show you. Like, for example, you see all these kind of trees that we got inside the mountain. This is just killing performance. We don't need those trees there, right? But here I'm using a different kind of PCG graph that allows to cut those trees, and we have much more control over each spline, so we don't have trees inside the mountain. That will help a lot with performance. Also, I've been digging deeper into the optimization view modes, so we can go into light complexity, and we can see where and what is causing performance issues. We can check for example, shader complexity, and we can tell that the water shader is super heavy. We can tell that these rocks for some reason are super heavy, while some other rocks are completely nice. So green is good, red is bad, white is terrible. And this water is almost white, so we do have some issues with the water shading, which I'm not gonna stress about. I actually not gonna stress about water. I just gonna leave that topic to talk with the programmer and find the best solution. So far I'm just trying to. Yeah, I've been researching a lot. I got a very interesting friend on Discord called Ninja, and he has been helping me a lot with optimization, with the PCG nodes, and also with optimization tricks that I can use to optimize. Also, if you want to run this in a very like a little bit lower quality so your computer performs better, you can go to these settings. If you are in the horizontal stream, you can check these settings on the upper right corner and go to engine scalability, and if you go to high, things will perform much better, and it looks almost the same. It's a great way. Shadows get a little bit less quality, you know, you can tell a little bit, it gets a little pixelation on the shadows, but besides that, it really helps the whole engine to work more efficiently. And yeah, optimization is a great topic. I'm going to find out what's going on, and I'm going to solve it. So for now, I'm working on the PCG graphs to really solve everything we got, and then I can continue with the rest biome. I don't want to like keep adding things until I fix what I did before. So that's a little bit what I'm trying to do right now. Because if I pile up all the things, then it's very hard to work with. I'm really trying to like go back a little bit and fix all the performance issues that we got, and then we can continue. I want to do the desert biome, and I want to work on the orange forest. I want to put some like mage towers, and I want to add the dungeons inside the caves. And on the jungle, I want to add this like stone jaguar face with vines, and I want to try this other add-on called Dash to start adding like proper vines around. And there's so much I want to do, but for now it's performance, because without performance we cannot continue with this project. I really want to see how far we can push it visually, and I'll also be able to have it be performant, right? A game needs to perform, right? That's the main issue. So yeah, that's the problem about having such a big map. Hey, hello, how are you? And we got Gorka Games in the chat like an hour ago. That was crazy. Like, I followed that guy for so long. I've learned so much from that guy. And he was in the chat just saying like, "Hey, what's up? I really like your environment." I'm like, "Yeah, dude. I actually got some stuff from." Yeah, I would love to. I would love to see. I got some crazy ideas too, just so you can brainstorm a little bit. Yeah, I really like that guy. Very great, great developer. Really very cool guy. I really like his tutorials. Like, just like, you know, very simple, very small. You need to solve something, you go and look at them, and very cool, very cool. He got a new TikTok, if you guys want to follow him. I know some countries don't have TikTok, I understand, but definitely give it a follow. Alright, so let's continue with the jungle PCG, okay? So I'm gonna make a file to organize a little bit more the project, and this file is going to be named biomes. I'm gonna hold all the blueprints and the PCG graphs in the same folder, so we are able to actually find things very quickly and easily. This is gonna be called biomes PCG, and this is gonna hold everything related to PCG, including the blueprints, because you can spawn blueprints with the PCG and you can go deep with this. Like, I've been researching.
I can't find it, but it really doesn't matter. Just past experience.
Yeah, that might have something to do with the texture resolution or the layer blending in your landscape. I got issues like that, a lot of glitching on the landscape as well. Also, maybe if you spawn grass on a landscape, you get some glitching. There's a lot of things. I got some glitching on the water as well. Like, it looks so like when a screen breaks, like an LED screen, it just goes like, I don't know if you have been to a concert where they have like a bad LED screen. It just glitches around. That's how it looks, which is kind of funny. So let's push. Hey Uni, how are you? let's push everything onto the biome PCG folder. Okay, it's gonna take a little bit. Great. And then this biome PCG, I'm going to save. Actually, I got some glitching right here. If you guys can look at it, it's funny. We got some glitching on the. There you go. It's gone. Right on the division of the two windows. Let's make this biome folder also. Let's make it purple so we can find things easier. To change the folder color, you go to the content browser and just right click, set color, and you can choose from your existing colors or add a new color. I'm keeping this purple because it's very different from my other colors, so it's easier to find. Okay, now let's try to get a little bit more technical and let's see if we can solve this. So first of all, everything water I want to turn off. Let's actually help the computer breathe a little bit. Since it's a little bit, it's getting a little bit laggy. I have a laptop computer that is not so strong, so I think I'm gonna test this project on that laptop to see how it works. Because I really wanna test this environment on a low end PC, which that laptop might not be a low end PC, but it's not the strongest. This cartoon waterfall, I like it so much, but it's super heavy on performance, super heavy. So I need to go. We're gonna figure water later. I'm not gonna even think about water right now. Water is such a big topic, and also Ninja has been helping me a lot with water solutions. There are some serious plugins for water, like wow. Some serious stuff that you can do with water in Unreal Engine. These BP river rocks, for some reason these are a little bit expensive. We need to solve that issue. Yeah, I still don't understand why that is, but it has to do with the shader complexity. Okay, so let's focus on PCG. That's everything I want to do now. Just focus on PCG. So let's turn off the burnt forest biome by going to get landscape data and alt click. We're gonna cut out all that PCG node, so there's no burnt forest anymore. Also, these river rocks, I'm gonna hide them for now. I'm just gonna hide them so we get better performance while we work. Okay, so we're gonna go to the green forest PCG graph, also just disconnected with alt click on the node, and I'm going to go to the jungle PCG graph and disconnect it as well so we can work a little bit with it and basically disconnect all the graphs. The swamp environment, which is super nice, one of my favorite areas. Just gonna disconnect this right there, and yeah, let's start working with the jungle PCG. Okay, let's go to jungle, and I'm going to change the name to jungle with lower cases so everything has the same naming convention, because we want okay, we need to clean redirectors to change the name. The redirectors are the files that link one location to the other. For example, all these little files that I have here with this little box, you can clean them up. I think there's a command just to clean all redirectors. So you go left click, update redirector, and it will just fix the references. This is something I learned in the last game studio I worked. This is super important when you are working with Perforce, which is a version control software. Super important to do this. And now I should be able just to change the name since the redirector is cleaned. So let's just keep things nicely organized. Oh, it does not allow for that. Maybe I'm using the same name on another file, which is PCG biome jungle. Anyways, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for now. Maybe I'm referencing that name in another file. Okay, so the jungle. Okay, how are we going to deal with the jungle? Okay, for the jungle, I want to copy the burn forest biome, which is this PCG spline graph. I want to copy this. And to do this, I'm going to just Control C and paste it on the jungle right here. Now I'm going to change that name for PCG spline biome, and it's gonna be called jungle. That way we know it's a PCG spline biome that is controlled with a spline. It's a little different approach to the PCG, a little bit closer to what they do in the Electric Dreams project file in the Unreal Engine. You can get this environment for free, and it's a great way to learn PCG. I kind of want to like look it up. It's super heavy. It's like 50 gigabytes or something, but it's a great way to learn PCG and see how they connect things and how like proper developers actually use PCG. Like, I mean, Unreal Engine developers use PCG. Let's call this jungle then. Cool. So here we got this graph. Okay. What we're going to do now is copy, go to the original graph, and all we need to get from here, this is gonna be a little interesting, because we need to really since this jungle is using a lot of splines and a difference node to cut out parts of the river and paths that we don't need, we actually gonna invert this and just paint foliage or spawn foliage where we need it. We are not gonna cut out the paths or the river, which is gonna be more performance. Oh, the stream is glitching. That's kind of interesting. So I'm just gonna copy all of this, and I'm going back to the spline biome jungle and replacing that right here. So let's just try to delete all of that right here. Boom, and just paste it. There you go. Okay, we got all that we need to start working on the jungle. So this is gonna be interesting, because we need to do a little work here just to get things right. Okay, we are not gonna use the difference node anymore. We're gonna do a little bit of a different trick right here. I might need to go back to the burnt forest and actually try to get a reference of this graph right here, which I think I might just copy just to have as reference so I don't mess anything up. Yep, let's just try to copy this thing and this thing right here, because I changed the graph quite a bit and I don't really want to mess that up. Oh, which I copied already. No. Let's just copy this one. We don't need everything. Let's just copy one so I remember exactly how I set it up, so we can save some time right here. So basically with this new graph, it's a little bit more simplified, which is gonna be great for performance. Oh, I got some glitch in here. That's kind of weird. I haven't had that before. All right. Anyways, that's kind of interesting. Is that because anyways, let's actually cut out all the splines everything related to the spline we are not gonna use, and the difference node we are not gonna use. So basically you get rid of almost everything here. We have an attribute noise, density filter, transform points, and this goes connected to the static mesh spawner, just like this. That's all we need. No more. It gets simplified so much. I really like when things get simplified. This is what a very smart programmer told me once. If you can achieve the same result with less nodes, you are doing the right thing. You want to keep it as simple as possible. Like sometimes I see some blueprints that are like this guy. Like it looks like whoa, you're a master genius and you're making things very complex, but dude, sometimes going simple is the right way. Oh, getting this glitching. Why is that happening? Oh wow, first time I see that glitching on the... Oof, it's continuous glitching. Why is that happening? Ooh. Display, yeah. Sorry guys, I hope that's not too much glitching. Anyways, let's get rid of the splines, right? Oof, it's continuous glitching. Oof. Let me think, does that have to do with the size of this viewport? Does it have to do with this other window? Let me just check something out. Is this window getting out of the actual main screen? Because that might have to do with it. Huh. Let's actually resize this window. Hopefully it's not gonna glitch anymore. Okay. And we keep doing the same. We get rid of the bound modifier. No, the bound modifier is actually going to be the spline itself. Those are the bounds of the PCG graph now. We don't need a specific bound modifier for each individual one now. It's gonna be much easier to work with. And we got attribute, density, transform points. Let's get rid of those as well. Boom and boom, and right here, and let's see if I can actually get this workflow going. Right, we can actually delete this one. We don't need that dry grass. And also, yeah, let's get rid of these and these and these. Yep, just 4 nodes. Keep it simple. Right here. Cool. And let's actually get it there. Get all of these here. And let's actually get rid of all of these and all of these. So nice. We got all of these super sweet. Sweet. And this should also help for things not to spawn on top of each other, which was a big problem with the other graph I was using. So cool. Now that we have this, let's delete this path and go and connect all these pins in here, which is super nice. Okay, now this is the interesting part. Instead of using 3 splines to use here, I think we can only use 1. I'm very sure we can just use 1 because we have the multiple, select multiple option activated, and we have the union, which is gonna unify all those multiple splines. Without that union node, you cannot achieve this, and that's the little thing that Ninja helped me with. I was struggling, like, why can I use the same spline for multiple spawning points? And he was like, dude, just use this union node, which I was playing with yesterday, but I couldn't figure out where to place it. Yeah, PCG is amazing. Like, seriously, I'm really liking this stuff. It's kind of hard to understand at the beginning, but then you do a little tutorial, 2 little tutorials, and you get more comfortable, and then you start understanding more and more, and hopefully I will get to the point where I can just do my own graphs and really understand how things work, because it can go deep. Like, this thing can... You see, like, all of this nonsense, we're gonna simplify it, and it will be just like this. much more nicer, much more better. This will reduce loading times. This will just make everything so more performant. And then we can keep on making it more performant, because there's a cooling node which is gonna despawn static meshes if we get far away from them. And yeah, it only gets better from here. Anyway, I'm talking a lot of a lot of crap. I'm like really selling this. Okay, so let's try to test this out. Now we go into the jungle PCG, and I'm going to go to the burn forest, and we're gonna just copy this spline blueprint actor, which if we go inside is just a spline, but on the class defaults we look for tag. Make sure it's on the class defaults. I got this information from Gorka Games, which is super nice the way he uses this SP biome burned forest. Okay, here what we are going to do is just copy this blueprint and paste it in the jungle folder right there. And here I'm gonna change the name to jungle. Okay, so it's gonna be called SP biome jungle. Spline biome jungle, just copy it, copy that exact name, then go to class defaults on the search bar, tag, and paste this name here. Just paste it so you make sure that it shares the same name, there's no confusion, there's no weird name conventions. Simple, let's keep it as simple as possible. So now I think the burn forest, we don't need it anymore. Always try to use comments. For example, you can put everything, select what you want to comment on, press C to comment, and here you go to, and you write something nice like, I don't know, this doesn't really, main logic, this name does not really reference anything here, but it's kind of nice to just have things in a little box and have the colors. You can change the color of this. So if you look at this, it's like green. It's like, oh, okay, this is not the burn forest. Oh, okay, this is not the underwater environment. This is the jungle environment. And actually you can go here and just put jungle PCG in big letters and make it like a green color, like, so you know it's a jungle environment. Because sometimes you open the wrong graph and you're like, I don't see any changes, I don't know what's going on. It's because, well, things get complicated if you don't name them properly. And I like to have everything organized with big colors so I don't get confused. A little bit like a child book with big pictures, that's what I like. That's funny. Okay, anyways. Let's start playing with this. So here we're gonna get information from the spline. This is the most important thing. We're gonna get this burn forest closed, and here we're gonna copy again this name, SP biome spline, and this should be pasted here under the get spline data node, and the actor filter should be set to all actors, all world actors, actor selection by tag, and here we need to paste the name. This name needs to be exactly the same. This is like how programming works, like, right? If you get one letter off, well, the computer won't understand. SP biome jungle, that's it. Okay, now if we got this right, if I actually learned something these days, we should probably just drop this beautiful biome, which is the SP biome jungle here, and we should make a little test. Let's see. Press G to actually look at the thing. Okay, we press G to hide and show the spline, very important. Let's click on the last point. Remember, this is a loop spline, meaning that if I alt click on the end and This is kind of funny sometimes to pull this little point. Let's alt click. Come on, Unreal, don't do to me this. Don't do this to me. It's so hard to pull this point sometimes. That's why I want to figure out a way to make this point bigger. Okay, come on. So alt click on the point and drag it. Alt click on the point. Oh my god, come on. Imagine being like on a live conference or something and trying to do this live. Okay, alt click and drag. Unreal, I mean, I'm gonna send you a letter because this is something that I've been having issues since Unreal 4.25. I need to just drag this little point. It doesn't matter how close I get, it does not allow me to just alt click on it. And it only happens with the first point. After the first point, you're good. It just works nicely. It's just the first little point that for some reason it's super hard to just get a click on. I'll drag, alt click and okay, let's just try it. Let's put it on the ground. Let's keep the camera super close. Take a deep breath and just pull this point along the spline. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. Why it's so hard to get this point moving? Yeah, these are the funny moments in... Wow, are you serious? Like sometimes it takes like 3 or 4 tries, but like why? Oh my god, sometimes you do need to have a lot of patience for these things. It's like something I've done 1,000 times and it gives me the same problem every time. Like, can you allow me to just move this point, please? I don't want to click on the landscape, I want to click on the point. Can you please allow me to? Alright, I think I'm gonna post this in the forums of Unreal Engine. Like, does anybody know how to make these points bigger? Because I'm really struggling just to make this little point move. Okay, oh Jesus, okay. Yeah. Can you just collaborate a little bit with me, please?
I did struggle as well.
There you go. Yes. Thank you, Unreal. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna post this in the forums because I have the same problem every time. You do the first point and then magically, oh, it works. It's the first point. Like magically, oh, it works. Why is it that we get that problem? Yeah, it's kind of funny, like, to be streaming this thing, like. It's like, I mean, I appreciate Epic Games. Like, this program is absolutely powerful. Like, I love Unreal Engine and I'm so grateful to have this program available for free. Like, I'm absolutely grateful, but can you please make the spline points bigger for me? I really want that feature. I was really going through every single setting in the spline and I couldn't find it. I'm gonna post this in the forums and in Reddit and everywhere. I know there's a way to do this. There must be a console command, there must be a display option, there must be something that will allow me to get these points bigger, because I work a lot with splines. It will remain for free. Yeah, it will remain free. Unreal Engine, it's absolutely absolutely amazing, and they gain more from being free than not being free. Right now, I'm making free publicity to the program, even though I'm like just I mean, you know, I'm just like an environment artist trying to like do something cool. Like I'm like really an Unreal Engine evangelist. Like I really support this program. I believe it's like the best 3D program there is. Like it's ultra super powerful, and I just want and hope that more kids play Fortnite so they can keep on buying skins, so developers can keep on working and making Unreal Engine even more powerful. So thank you so much to everybody who plays Fortnite. Please just keep on playing Fortnite and making and buying skins, because I do appreciate your support. That's how Unreal Engine is able to get the best developers in the world, and that's how they are able to create this absolutely powerful beast of a program. Like you have modeling tools inside Unreal Engine, motion graphic tools inside Unreal Engine, rendering tools inside Unreal Engine, like offline rendering tools like the path tracer. Like it's being used by every industry out there. Like if you learn Unreal Engine, you will get a job. That's easy. That's how it goes. My first office job was making 3D environments for virtual production. Like, you know what you replace a green screen for? I didn't know anything about Unreal Engine. They sat me on a computer. I didn't have a strong computer back then, and they sat me and I installed in Unreal Engine, and I was barely able to move inside the program. And my boss was like, well, just let me know what assets you need and let's build something cool. And those 3 months that I worked for this guy, it really pushed me so far. Like I didn't know what to do. Like I had this super cool guy who worked on video. He knew a lot about Premiere, Adobe Premiere and Photoshop and After Effects and so on. And I remember this day where I was trying to group some assets, and he was just like, dude, just right click and go group. There should be an option there, and it was. I felt so dumb. And then I was like, how do I unlock or group this? Just right click it, and there was it. It's so intuitive, it's so beautiful. Like, I'm sorry guys, but like I'm talking so much crap about Unreal. It's just, you know, it's everything I wanted since I started studying 3D art. Since I started being a 3D artist in 2015, I just wanted to place assets and move the light, like just like you go Control L and you move the light around in real time. Like what? I was not able to do this back in 2014. Like this is just crazy to me, you know, like that's everything I wanted, you know, like really real-time technology. And now everything is possible. So nice. And it's only gonna get better and stronger and faster, and computers are going to get cheaper and nicer, and yeah, it's just a great time to be alive. I'm very excited. So yeah guys, if you are passionate about 3D art, go deep with Unreal, because you will get a job. The demand for Unreal Engine is absolutely high, and it's gonna get higher and higher and higher. Anyways, that's my thoughts on the program. Let's go. Now that we have this little thing, now we have the spline in place. Now we want the volume. Okay, so these splines are going to spawn static meshes inside the volume. So let's place the volume. The volume is gonna be this one, which is called PCG Spline Biome Jungle. Let's just drop it right there. And we go and click on this, and we just make sure that the spline is named right, and we go force regeneration. Okay, and here on the spline we want to just double check that the SP biome jungle is actually working with the same spline name. This original jungle PCG graph, we are just gonna close it for now, and now we're gonna work on the new one. Okay, so here just need to make sure that this is enclosing the whole area, and we should start seeing some stuff appearing here. Let's make this little bigger. Okay, so this spline, let's push it down into the ground. Let's push it up. I see something appearing, which is a great sign. I see a little rock. If the spline is actually not working so nicely, go check the bounce modifier. We want it to affect the upper bound and the lower bound, meaning that if we get the spline far away from the terrain, it's still gonna apply things for us. I'm getting little rocks, which is kind of interesting. Is this spline too small? Let's check if that's the problem. Let's make it a little bigger and see if we can actually get some stuff appearing here. I see a little rock, which is a good sign. I see some little palm trees. Okay, yay, little bushes. Good, good, good. Okay, so yay, density, density, density. I totally forgot. Yep. Okay, this is a very important topic. This is a very important topic that I want to cover. This is very, very important and a little bit confusing with landscapes. Okay, so let's open our burnt forest PCG. I really want to explain this because I had some fun with this yesterday. So let's try to open the burnt forest PCG right here graph. Okay, so this attribute noise and density filter, they are related to the size of the spline. If the spline is too small, these values are going to change. So let's just check these values, which is lower bound 1 and upper bound 0.1. And attribute noise is 0 and 1. We need to copy these values because we are working with the similar size of the spline, which is super important to take in consideration because I was playing with a very big volume before this and I copied the values from a very big volume. Now we need to change those values to actually work with a very small little spline. So let's put this 0 and let's put this 0.1. Now these values are a little bit more accessible to work with. We don't have 5 decimals like 0.00001. Now we can actually get a little bit of a nicer feeling. This attribute noise, I recommend to have it different on each of your layers of static meshes. So here we have 1, here we can have 1.5, here we can have 2, maybe 2.5, and then we can have also, I don't know, 1.75, and we have the seed. The seed will change the amount, not the amount, the distribution. So if you have a rock on top of a tree, you can play with that so it moves around. And it might appear other rocks on other trees. So it's kind of fun, but we can fix that with the bounce modifier, which is another topic that I still don't understand totally yet. 0, 0, 1. Let's just copy this one. 0 and 0, 1. And again, let's make these values a little bit easier to work with. I should have just changed this and copied the thing, but it's kind of nice, so I remember what values kind of work with this size. Okay, so now we got some PCG. Yay, cool. Hey, yay, nice. Where is the spline? That's a good question. Where's the spline? Where is the spline? Okay, it's hidden underneath the terrain right here. Can I change the color of the spline? That would be super beautiful, just to change the color, so I really get things organized. Okay, nice. So now we can play with the density and we can really start populating this. All right, so this is how this works. We have this main volume, right? This main volume needs to cover the whole jungle area. It doesn't matter how big this volume is, because what is going to spawn the things is actually this spline, not the volume itself. This is a very efficient way to do PCG, because you tell exactly the program where you want things to spawn, which is more performant. This tree looks very bad from far away. We're gonna make a nanite so it looks sweet from far away. But also, the programmer in my team doesn't want to use nanite, so it's kind of interesting. I heard some stuff about nanite, which I kind of need to research. Some people say that it really does not help that much with performance, which I kind of want to verify. Where is my volume? Is it this one? Jungle biome. Okay, nice. So let's try to enclose all this area a little bit like that, and let's make it is this the old jungle? That's the question. Yep, that's not the one. Let's hide this jungle. This is where things get tricky. You know, you just need to write down PCG jungle and really filter out the thing. This PCG jungle is gonna get deleted. Yeah, we don't really need that because it's gonna confuse the whole thing. This one, it's the burnt forest, and I'm also gonna hide it. And this one is just a spline burnt forest one. Oh, okay, let's just hide that one. And this box might also get confused with the post-process volume 1, so it's nice to keep everything very tidy. I don't see the box anymore. Let me reset the values of this box. And now we have a very tiny box, I guess. Yeah, so let's try to get this size right. I think it's gonna be around 1000, but let's take the little lock away so we can actually play with the scale and make it fit this area a little bit better. It can really cover the whole map, no problem, but I don't want to get it confused with other boxes, so I kind of want to make it local to the area. I still don't see the box, which is super high. Oops, let's make it 300. Okay, let's make it a little bit lower, 300 as well, 200. Okay, nice. Okay, let's push it down a little bit. Nice. And then doesn't need to be so large. Now I can see the box. It's gonna be 750, 600. 600 is about right. Let's push it a little bit out of the area, because we do want to spawn some little foliage outside the area to get this gradient of environments, this gradient of biomes. And we can use a node that will kind of change the density of that specific area That's what I really want to learn how to do.
Will there be day and night cycles? If so, would anything happen at night?
Yeah. That's the idea for sure. That's the idea, having day and night cycles with baked lighting. And yeah, we do. I mean, like that's the thing. Absolutely, like it would be beautiful to have monsters that only appear at night, monsters that only appear at specific day times of the day. That would be super cool. I think many games have this kind of mechanic. That would be super cool. For example, sharks. Here in Costa Rica, we don't have many sharks, but in some areas you can get most shark attacks happen very early in the morning where the water is very cold. So, and also a lot of other creatures in the jungle, they only come out at night. So if you're gonna do a jungle tour to see some animals, don't do it at daytime, do it at night, and you will see some crazy stuff. I have a friend who gives night tours in the jungle, and oof, yeah, things get scary. Oh yeah. It's not like anything's gonna eat you, right? Because, well, we are not going to like national parks where we have like jaguars and like pumas, like very big cats that can actually do something to you. But these animals, they smell you far away and they get away from you. They don't really want to deal with humans, because humans have been very bad to these animals. You know, back in the day where Costa Rica was like an underdeveloped country, like, well, you were trying to have chickens and then a puma comes or a jaguar comes and eats all your things. So we do have pictures of a farm, how do you call, a farmer just holding a jaguar on his hand, and it's like, well, it's nowadays it's like very sad thing to see, but it doesn't happen anymore because we have special national parks where you can get lost, and many people have gotten lost in those parks. And if you get lost in there, chances are that you are not gonna make it out. Getting lost in the jungle, it's scary thing. I got lost once for about 2 hours, and I just heard the river, and I was part of the Boy Scouts, thankfully. And they told me, if you ever get lost, try to break branches and make areas that you can recognize, and if you see or hear the river, go to the river and keep on walking through the river, and you will find something eventually. Just stay on the river and keep on walking towards the river. And that's what I did. I heard the river and I went down to the river, and I got very scared because you get to this point where you feel that something is gonna jump from behind you and just eat you alive. And that's how actually pumas hunt. They jump from behind. There's no escape. You cannot climb a tree, you cannot swim, you cannot run. There's nothing to do about that. If you don't have a gun or something to protect yourself, you cannot escape. It's yeah, those big cats are scary for sure. And they're super beautiful. Like, I haven't seen them.
Thanks, I am actually currently lost in a jungle right now. I will keep an eye on a river.
Yeah, just follow the river and you should be good. Yeah. Smells good. The neighbor is actually cooking some food. Yeah. It's the scariest feeling in the world. Getting lost in nature, oh my god, it's the scariest thing ever. And especially when it starts getting dark, oh boy, you start thinking about just the worst. Yeah. Thank God I followed the river, then I was able to get out of it. Yeah, that was crazy. So if you ever go to a national park, please don't get out of the little path, the little kind of yeah, Don't get out of the path. They're like big big signs that say do not get out of the path. And well, sometimes you do see some, like I saw like a flying insect or something like that, and I just wanted to check it out and I got lost. As simple as that. I followed this insect and then I simply just couldn't find the path anymore. And it really plays with your mind, because you think that you are going into the right direction. It's like, oh, I recognize that tree, oh, I recognize that, and nope, it's another tree. It's another tree that looks exactly the same, and you are like, damn. So there's no actual way to do it. That's how I got lost. I thought that I was going into the right direction, and nope. Nope. I walked totally in the wrong direction. Okay, cool. This PCG graph is actually working sweet. I like the density. Let's keep it easy. Let's keep it small. Let's actually see what happens if I play from here. Let's see how much time does it take to play. 5, 10, 15. Oops. 20 seconds. Oof, it takes about 20 seconds to play, which is not so nice. We need a backpack for sure. Oh, this water is it has collisions. I love this water. I like, look at this water, it's so nice. Maybe not for a lake, but or a small pond, but it's so nice. And definitely it's very heavy on performance. We don't want that. But yeah, it's kind of nice. All right, so now the big thing, the big thing to solve right now. Also, having this foliage just move like this world position offset, it's very heavy on performance. We need to be careful with that. We really need to think what foliage is going to move, what is not going to move. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me block the view, because the window, because I'm getting blind.
Will there be custom animations for the characters?
Hopefully, yeah. Animation is a big topic. I've been talking to Ninja, and he's been telling me about the Cinti polygon character skeleton, and this is something I need to talk with my team, but let's go step by step. And the short answer is yes. It will make the game much more beautiful, much more actually customized and original. And yes. Now, animation is one of the most difficult things in 3D. I'm a 3D generalist, and my degree, I took like 4 or 5 animation classes, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah. And animators, they charge a lot, because it's not an easy job. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to get into animation, but I kinda wanna create some creatures and create animations for it. I never gave it enough energy. Like, if I do give it enough energy, enough effort, I think I will be able to achieve something nice. Because I know the basics, I know how animation works. It's just that you need like 1,000 or 2,000 hours of practice to actually understand timing and how things and you know what looks good and what works. You know, it really it's if you go into animation, you go into animation. That's it. You don't do programming, you don't do environment art, you don't do modeling, sculpting, texturing. You go into animation. Like it's like a very specific thing. Like, and yeah, I got some friends who do animation, and it's wow, beautiful. Beautiful thing. So I decided to go into environment art. That's what I'm trying to specialize on. Yeah. Let's see if with this other spline works. Yeah, I wanna, since this is a stylized game, I kinda wanna do some stylized animations, but I need to talk to the team, because they are trying to use like realistic animations for a stylized game, and well, yeah, I have my thoughts on it. I have my serious thoughts on it. Let's say we will need a lot of tweaking and a serious good skeleton to get those working. It's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like a drag and drop kind of thing. It's gonna be like, yeah, we might need an animator, like a very very good animator to get those working properly. Thankfully, I do know a very good rigger, like a serious. I know like 2 riggers, like oof, amazing riggers. So I might be able to talk to them about this topic. But I'm getting ahead of myself, you know. It's not really my project. Like, I want the best for this project, but I cannot be like, hey, do what I say. I don't want the game to have this or that. No. Like I like, the only thing I can do is just give my honest advice and my opinion, and that's it. If you wanna take it, take it. If not, it's okay. But as an artist, I know that animation, it's a big deal, and if you're going for a stylized style, low poly style, we need animations that fit the style. We cannot simply retarget realistic motion capture into a low poly character. It just does not work like that, you know. But you can definitely use animations as a starting point, and then you can really work them out. But to do that properly, you need to have a lot of experience to really modify animations. That's another topic of its own. It's like people who work on motion capture and they need to clean those motion capture. It's a tough job. It's a very tough job. I've seen people doing that, and it's you need to understand a lot. Really need to have a deep understanding of how animation works, because if not, you will make it look worse than it was before. Oh, it's funny. So yeah, hopefully we will get some beautiful creatures with some crazy animations, and I kinda wanna create animations of my own for the creatures I'm trying to make. But I really want to make some stylized animation, like some cartoony animation, let's say, because you have more, you have more room to just make things funny, exaggerate things, to really like have fun with it. That's why I'm not a big fan of realistic animation. It's really rigid, really, well, there's motion capture, right? But then you need to clean that off, and you really need to keep it nice, and it always looks like a little bit fake, because realistic animation is just very tough, very very tough thing. there's this thing called cannibali. What's the word? I think I got it wrong. The I forgot the name. I'm sorry. Shit. There's this effect that happens when you're looking at a very realistic 3D representation of a human, and you know it looks real, but it feels fake. It's such a Canny Valley, I think it's called. It's like this area where you really, like, your brain knows that it's a 3D object, but it kind of looks real at the same time, like too real, and your brain does not like it. It's like it causes this effect of rejection of like, this looks weird. This looks like one of those mannequins that you see like in museums that look very, very real, and they look actually scary because it's like, whoa, like your brain doesn't know how to process that information. Maybe it's like, I don't know what this is. Like, it looks real, but I know it's not. You don't want to touch that. It's something that character artists need to really step away from. So when you're doing realistic characters, that's a very hard thing to achieve. Thankfully, we are not doing realistic characters, so yeah, that we're not gonna have that problem. But it's related to animation as well. You know, if you have very realistic motion, and you know it's not looking like it's not properly displayed, and you will get this sense of like rejection from it, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. That's why stylized animation. El Edmore. Hey. Muy bien, pura vida. So yeah, I need to talk to my team to see what's going to happen with animation for sure. Yeah, I'm doing very good. Just trying to really work with this PCG graph and spawn some foliage and try to work on performance, because we are having some performance issues since the map is a little bit too big. It's like, oh my god, it's kind of funny. Oops, sorry guys, I kind of got... Thank you. Qué cool Chile. Yo trabajé con un chileno en Berlín, muy buena persona. Yeah, I know English because my dad got me into English classes since I was very young, and then I got the opportunity to study in Pennsylvania for a year, and then there's where I got a little bit loose with English.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey Shadow, how are you? Very good. We are getting some performance fixed. Now that I'm actually using a different PCG graph to spawn foliage only inside the splines, it's gonna help a lot with performance. Also, I'm trying to make the PCG graph a little bit less dense. And also I'm working with the shader. The water shader is actually causing a little bit of performance issues. And we got some materials that are also not helping a lot. So yeah, very happy about it. I've been really excited about PCG. I've been like researching super hard this topic, and I'm super happy. Oh, just a little camera jump. Oh. So yeah, let's see how it runs. I know this is not representative of the real project or how is it going to like perform at, but let's get some frames per second on screen and let's play here, which is gonna take about 15 seconds to load. This is a little bit it worries me a lot sometimes. I kind of like wanted to like play automatically, but I think we are getting a lot of things in the scene. Yeah, let's see how can we fix that. All right, we got this going. It's going at 30 frames per second, even though we don't have all the other PCG graphs activated. Oops. So let's see. We can add more density to the scene. The slopes are too high. There's a lot of height variation. We need to make it a little bit nicer so we can actually walk around. This waterfall, this water shader, it's bad on performance. Like bad. This river is terrible on performance. These water shaders is just really killing the performance. We need to, like, it looks beautiful though. Like, just look at this water. It's so nice. We need some water splashing as well, but oh yeah. That tree right there doesn't make sense. Yeah, I usually talk in English because most people speak English. I would like to do some streams in Spanish, you know, for like the Spanish talking population and stuff. But it's kind of hard because I do get this all the time, you know. Like I have a lot of friends in Costa Rica who feel more comfortable in Spanish, right? Even though they can speak English and everything, because we are a very like Americanized. Oops, there you go. We got stuck. This is called bad level design. Terrible level design. That's funny. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to keep things in English so I can communicate with the most amount of people, but I would like to get automatic translation. I think YouTube is working on that, so you can like really just turn the translation on and it'll be super nice. Yesterday I had somebody from Russia talking to me, and I know Ukrainian, so I kind of like, I was able to talk to him a little bit. It was very funny. Since I grew up with a lot of Russian people, I understand Russian as well. It's super similar to Ukrainian, like super similar. It's such a shame what's going on with that, with the war situation. But yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, so I was able to talk to him. That was super nice. I kind of want to learn more languages. I want to learn German. German is something that I really interested in. I don't know. I like German people. Like they are like very very cool. Like as long as I like all the people I've met, all the Germans I met have been very very cool. And it's kind of bad to judge somebody on its nationality. It's absolutely wrong to do that. Like, you know, I think that there's good people everywhere, and you need to really seek that. It's yeah. There's good people everywhere. You never know.
I can teach you face with tears of joy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I all I know is alles klar, which means everything's clear, and it got me away. And I know Feierabend, which means end of work, and Feierabend Bier, which my pronunciation is terrible. It's kind of fun. But yeah, my brother lives in Berlin. Like, he's been living there for like 4 years already, and nope, he's not learning German at all. It's like, dude, come on. And my brother is like, dude, every time I try to talk German to somebody, they talk back to me in English. Like, they don't want to talk German to me because they know that I don't know how to talk German. But it's so nice. Like, it's learning languages. It's the coolest thing. If you're in Berlin or Berlin, I don't know how people pronounce it in English. People speak English like very good. Like even German people will tell you like, no, I don't speak much English, and they speak perfect English. It's like it's kind of funny. Uh, it's like, I know a little bit of English. No, you know a lot of English. Um, look at this waterfall. It's just like. Pfft. Okay, let's keep on going with performance and the PCG graph. Really want to get into the artistic side of things. Wow, it's been a long time since I don't make a beautiful area. Like the set dressing and little details and stuff, and like really start working on the level design and stuff. So yeah, now we got this working. So basically I just grab this SP biome jungle and I drop it here, and I just need to go press G, and basically I come here and I select this point.
BTW, I send requests in DC so there you can also see what we need like that.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. Let me get this thing solved, and as soon as I do this, I will really look it up. Cause actually this graph that I made will allow us to just modify the whole thing much easier. So I will be able to make quicker changes to the map. I just really want to fix all these PCG graphs that I got, cause I know that and water is killing the performance. It's something that I need to get done before I continue with the map, cause I really want to deliver like a proper environment, right? Like I want this to be functional, as functional as possible. Nice. So you see, we can draw a spline and then we can start appearing things inside the spline. This is so nice. Now I can just keep on dragging these points and drawing if we want to add another point. But absolutely, I will check that out as soon as I get finished with this. I just really want to get this finished, because it's not been letting me sleep at night. I'm like, no, I want to make this open world super performant, super good on performance. This is so sweet, like just you drag this and things appear. It's so nice. Which is cool, but then we're gonna work on the level design and add some very interesting camps and very interesting things, and we're gonna like really try to add more hand props, hand placement. Hand placement is what really makes a game look super beautiful. And we are going to also work a lot with PCG. I want to keep on learning PCG, because we can get very specific with PCG, like very, very specific. We can really, really take advantage of this. Okay, let's see. Con mucho gusto, un placer. Gracias por venir a ver el stream un ratito. I was telling him thank you so much for chilling with us a little bit. It's a guy from Chile. It's a beautiful country that I want to go check, because it has amazing nature, like amazing nature. It's like in the south, like it's as south as America can go. And the vegetation there is totally different. Everything is different. The culture is super interesting. I want to go check that place for sure. I really want to travel around the world and check some interesting, check the nature around the world. I really want to go see some deserts. I want to see some very cool places so I can become a better environment artist. Thankfully we can do that online. We can just go and check documentaries, but there's nothing like actually being there. It's so cool. And I want to make mega scans. not mega scans. How do you call them? Photo scans of things. I really want to get into photo scanning. Um, I did that for my project thesis, my university thesis, and the professors loved it because nobody else in the whole school was doing that. So I wrote a manual for the school, and I graduated with honors from the best university in design in Costa Rica. It's a university called Veritas, which means truth, which is kind of a nice name. And it's the coolest university in Costa Rica because they have they have different disciplines. They have fashion design, they have cinematography, they have photography, they have architecture, they have graphic design, they have what else? Digital animation, which is one of the most popular and biggest. Let's say they have the most students on that one because everybody wants to create beautiful things with 3D. Funny enough, it was one of the smallest. Let's say it had the less amount of students when it started, and then it just became bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's kind of fun. Now it's one of the biggest. How do you say this? It has the most amount of students. Is the subject? Let's say the it's not in English. It's not career. It's the major. Is the major with most students in the whole university, which is super exciting because we're getting a lot of amazing artists from that university. And I actually started studying 3D animation because I saw I saw one friend who had like some outstanding work, and I was like, I can't believe that's possible. I can't believe you did this with a computer. Like, I want to start doing that, and that's how I got into 3D animation. And I have some friends that work in Canada, and they're crazy good. Like, I'm like years behind these guys. That really motivates me to go harder. Those were the students that like they come like to class and everybody's just staring at their work. Like, everybody's just looking at their work like, hey, how did you achieve this? And usually those are the students who give their 100%, meaning that they look for tutorials, they pay external classes, external courses, they just ask for feedback to every professor, and these professors are really excited to help them because they know that these are the guys who are really going to shine on this area. And yeah, I got some amazing professors, seriously. Yeah, when a professor is like very true to you, like he tells you in your face, like when something's wrong, like, and it really crushes your work in pieces, like, just it tells you the right thing. It's like, dude, that's not working. Like, that's not what I'm asking. That's not the actual thing that I'm asking you to do. And they tell you like the truth in your face, like, dude, that's not working, and you will never get a job if you keep doing that. Those are the professors that really, really help you. Not the ones that tell you, oh, well, it's not that bad, you can get it better, try this. No, you want the very hard professors that crush you and tell you, like, dude, you are not studio material. You need to work harder because you're wasting your time in here. Those are the professors that really that the university really needs. The director, like the sub director of that school, it's a super cool guy, and that guy really helped me to improve myself. Like he was like very harsh sometimes with me, and it became my favorite professor in the whole thing. He really told me what works and what doesn't, and yeah, I really appreciate that guy. Those are the things that you really learn. Those are the people that you really learn from. Those are, at the moment, you really dislike them, right? You are like, oh, this guy just really wants to like make me feel horrible about my work. And then when you start improving and you start actually taking his feedback and advice, and you see your work improving, then you actually come back and it's like, yeah, this guy was totally right. I mean, he was really trying to help me. Like, now that I understand, now that I see things clearly, that guy was actually on my side all the time. He wanted me to succeed. He wanted me to like become a better artist, and I appreciate those people for sure. Um, and that's a fine balance. You cannot be too harsh with somebody, because then you will not motivate them to continue, but you can also not be too soft, because then they will never learn. You need to find that sweet balance between how can I motivate these people to actually become better. It's a tough thing to be a professor, very tough. And I think that's the biggest task of a professor. It's to motivate people. It's not so much to teach them, but to motivate them. If you motivate somebody enough, you know that student will go out of its way to find information, to research, to find courses, to look online, to find other artists that will help him. If you motivate somebody enough, you know that that artist is gonna become better. And it's so nice. Like I remember this other professor, like, whew, one of the best 3D sculptors I ever seen. Like, he just opened ZBrush and just like, and he made like a whole thing in like 5 or 10 minutes, and I was like, what is going on? Like, are you serious? And you just see his hands on the keyboard, like he knew every shortcut, and he was like, so he is like so fast on at ZBrush. And I haven't seen his work now, but I know he's 3 times better, because he always practices every day. And he does face rigs for characters, and yeah, such a great professor. Those are the people that really motivate me. So yeah, I'm super grateful to actually have the chance to become a 3D artist. It's such a nice thing. And every day that I go, every time that I think about it, sometimes you get negative. Sometimes it's like it's hard to find a job. It's hard to find a job, but it's like you are focused on just one thing. Like, you are thinking about working for Blizzard, which got almost 2,550 people fired like a couple of days ago. You think about working for Rockstar Games. That's not the way. That's not the way. You're not gonna like go and apply for a big company. Like, no. Those people are experts. They have years of experience. You need to look for smaller opportunities, local opportunities. Start small. Start working at an agency. Start working at local studio. Start getting small opportunities. Grow your experience. And really always try to learn something new. That's what I really recommend. Just try to learn new stuff, and that's exactly what motivates me to continue. for example, PCG, I was a little bit skeptical about PCG. I was like, oh, dude, I'm not really sure. Like, I'm kind of a little bit lazy about learning this. And then I started learning PCG, and I'm like, yes, the programmer that I worked with in Germany, he was right. He told me, dude, I know you're just starting in environment art, and I really like your work and everything, but if you want to go deep and become like a very good environment artist, you need to learn PCG. You just need to. There's no way around it. And now I understanding more and more why he was so serious about that. And yeah, I'm so happy that actually I'm streaming all this process, and I'm getting people to talk with me and stuff. And somebody in the chat actually told me, dude, why are not you using PCG? And I had no answer for it. And then I said, let's go into PCG. When PCG came out, it was very confusing, and there was not much documentation on it. But now we got so many tutorials, and now it's so much easier to learn. So I started looking at different tutorials, and I actually got my little first graph working, and I was like, well, this kind of works. This is kind of interesting. And it's so nice so to learn new stuff. Yeah, going back to getting a job and actually how to live as a 3D artist, and actually how to make money as a 3D artist, just make store assets. Just make store assets. I cannot say how important it is to have digital products out there. I cannot stress how important it is. You really want to have your store assets out there. I don't know if somebody remembers, but I was working on a very nice, realistic, how do you call this? 50s diner, a 50s American diner, and I was so excited about that project. It was the first ever environment that I actually created from scratch. Like, I was doing the modeling, the texturing, everything. I was like super excited about that thing. And then I got an opportunity to work on this project, and I was like, yeah, let's go. And I really want to finish that 50s American diner and put it on the Fab Store. Like, that's like, I really want to do that. And I want to see how people can use that asset back and really make it into a horror game, or I don't know, whatever, a cooking game or whatever. I really want to see. I'm super excited about finishing that, but to a really professional degree. Like, I really want to get feedback from my Canadian friends that are like super professional when it comes to game assets and stuff. I have another environment artist friend who's just is just on another level. She's just yeah, I'm super jealous about him, like super jealous in a good way though, in a good way. He's a beast, like a serious beast of an artist. He can use ZBrush, model anything, texture anything. He just creates whatever you ask him to do. Like, it's just a beast. I really want to get that American diner as good as possible, like super nice. And it's gonna come eventually, and I'm very happy that I took a break from it, because my motivation on the project was going down, and I was getting burned out of that project. My vision was not clear enough. I switched to Blender, and it took me. I use Blender for motion graphics, so you know, I followed some how do you call this guy in Blender, which is amazing in motion graphics, Doki 3D. I used his tutorials and I created amazing videos and I modified them, and I actually got very good at creating motion graphics, and I sold some packs online for concert visuals and so on. But when it comes to modeling in Blender, I'm just like modeling in general, I'm such a bad modeler. So I started like modeling in Maya, and I started to get a little better and better, and then I switched to Blender, and then I got this project, so I couldn't like actually get to practice much, but I really want to go back to Blender and learn proper modeling. Really excited about modeling. As a 3D artist, as an environment artist, I guess modeling is a big must. It's like, yeah, you need to learn how to make your own things. Texturing, I love texturing. I can texture so much. I'm not like the greatest texture artist in the world, because I just know very basic designer and substance painter, just the basics. But I really enjoy the process. It's something that I really have fun with, texturing. So yeah, for this project I want to create some assets as well. What is this floating dungeon in there? Looks like Naxxaramas from World of Warcraft. Or Dalaran, which is a floating city. It was a floating city. Yeah, I kinda I'm gonna focus on that. I'm gonna focus on modeling, texturing, world building, lighting. Lighting is a big one. It's a very hard thing to achieve. Yeah, lighting, it's not easy topic. So modeling, texturing, and lighting, those three are the holy grail of 3D art. If you can do those three together, you are just...
Speaking on that, what you just said, as a learning 3D artist and animator, I have been working on my first big project, something to showcase.
That's amazing. Yeah, we got a Discord. Like, if you want to like share anything, like just a screenshot or whatever, like I will be more than happy to give you feedback. And also, I'm just interested on seeing other people's projects. We got some very good artists on the Discord, like some impressive character artists and other environment artists on the Discord channel. Like, I'm actually very impressed with the quality of their work as well. And probably the hardest thing to do as a 3D artist is to focus and choose your discipline. It's the hardest thing as a 3D artist. Like, everything is so nice and shiny, you don't know what to pick, what to do. And that's a problem, because energy is finite, like time is finite. You really need to try to choose what are you going to focus on. For example, the animators, the very good animators that I know, they, from a very early stage, they knew that animation was the thing they wanted to do, and they just focused on that and focused on it and focused on it, and yeah, they became amazing animators. For example, myself, I've been just playing a lot with 3D. I've been doing motion graphics, abstract art. I've been trying everything, and I've been like, I got my energy diluted a lot. You know, it's like if you do everything, you do nothing at the end of the day. It's like you really need to focus on something. So with time, I decided to just focus on environment art, which is also a big topic. of itself. It's like, well, what kind of environments? Like, are you gonna do foliage? Are you gonna do materials? Are you going to do effects? Are you going to just model props? Are you going to do world building? There's, again, so much to do in environment art. But coming back to the holy grail of 3D, that's what I want. I want modeling, I want texturing, and I want lighting. I want to really become good at these three things. And I want to focus on games. I don't know why. I really enjoy real-time graphics. I want to be able to interact with my art. I want to be able to see my art in real time and just play with it, like make it move, break it, burn it, put snow on it, put moss on it. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it feels like being like a kid and building Legos, and then the thing is that you can create your Lego pieces yourself. It's crazy.
I am specializing in 3D rigging and environments and architecture.
3D rigging for characters or environments? Because rigging, it's a whole world of itself. Like, between rigging, environments, and architecture, the best paid jobs are in rigging. Rigging, everybody loves a good rigger. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like,
3D rigging for characters.
yeah, I mean, if you like rigging, go deep with rigging. I'm not gonna lie, like, I know only two riggers. I know only two riggers from the whole university. I only know two riggers. Well, the professor makes face rigs, which is amazing. The other professor also makes body rigs. But students, I only know one guy who specialized in rigging, and he gets well paid. He gets jobs every time. It's on demand. It's like, if you know how to rig, you're gonna make a lot of money, and you are going to work in very special and very beautiful projects. Like, actually, this guy that I'm talking about, I actually worked with him in my first animation project, and I'm so proud about it. Because this guy has worked for Disney, and this guy has worked for projects that I've dreamed of working for, you know. But as an artist, I will never get those positions, because there are a lot of artists out there, 10 times better than me, maybe 100 times better than me. So rigging, that's the way.
That is the crazy thing. I don't exactly like rigging. I just find it interesting, and because you can do so much with it.
If you become a rigger for Unreal Engine and you learn modular rigs, I'm telling you, dude, like, you're gonna get a lot of jobs, and it's very fun and very gratifying to get something working in Unreal Engine, because you're gonna help a lot of people to actually make things work. If you go into environment art, oh dude, I'm telling you, it's saturated. It's saturated. Architecture pays good, but it's also very saturated and very boring. Yeah, very boring. I don't like architecture that much. It can become very boring, like seriously boring. In my opinion, my brother's girlfriend works as a architectural visualization. She does renders for architecture, and it's beautiful. Like, she comes up with these absolutely beautiful renders, but I'm telling you, it's not like the most fun job ever. But I mean, if you like environments and architecture, just go with it. There's always place for people, you know. It's not like, you know, it's not like you are not gonna find a space. But yeah, but if I was to advise you, if I were to advise you on where you can like get a more stable job or like better opportunities, rigging is number one, because nobody wants to rig. That's simple, right? That's that simple. Nobody wants to do it, and very few people do it right. Very few people do it right.
The reason for architecture is because, like what you're doing right now, I want to build my own open world / planets.
You can do world building and environment art as a hobby. Like, it's not that hard to learn this thing. It really is not that hard. It just requires time and some passion, right? But yeah, I'm actually myself. I'm actually, if I do get the job, I'm well. You cannot. We have this saying in Costa Rica: we cannot sing victory until you actually win. You know, like, you don't wanna celebrate until things are actually happening and stuff. But if I do get the job, I hope I get. You know, I think I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the contract. Like, I'm just waiting for them to send me a contract. But if I do get the job, I will learn some car rigging, because I will be working in an agency that visualizes automobiles. That's like all I can say. I'm gonna be working on automobile visualization, which I'm super excited about, because I want to do some like photorealistic renders using path tracing and stuff. I'm super excited about that. But if I get that job, I'm going to go deep with PCG and deep with car rigging. I really want to learn some car rigging, and that will open a lot of doors for me, because car visualization, automobile visualization, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And that will open doors for architectural visualization, which I would like to try. I'm open to everything. I'm also open to product visualization, which it has to do a little bit with cars as well. But let's see. I'm just being just trying to stay calm, you know. I'm not trying to have any expectations. I'm just really grateful with whatever comes. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just very grateful with all the opportunities I got, all the people that I worked with, and I'm just really trying to push myself every day. And that's basically what any client wants to see. They want to see that you are improving every day, and they're dealing with somebody who is absolutely passionate, and that you know that you're investing your money in somebody who is gonna become better every day. That's what my professor told me once. If you show me that you are doing you're doing something every day, I will definitely hire you, because I know that you're gonna perform better every day. That's what he said. Okay, cool. And yeah, it's kind of it comes back to passion, right? It comes back to like really enjoying what you want, what you do. It's like you feel this necessity of working, and you become like a workaholic without thinking about it. It's like it's like going to the gym, right? Like people become addicted to it. It's like, yeah, I feel like I need to go back to the gym. My muscles are getting very soft. I need to go back. uh, it's like the same with 3D. Like you get that feeling of like, I'm getting stuck again. I haven't improved. It's like playing a game and not advancing. It's like, oh no, my character is very low level. I know I can reach higher levels. I need to go and build myself up. But also, in the other hand, you need to take things easy. You need to have a schedule. You need to have a hard time off. Let's say you work 8 hours per day. You cut it. You need to really cut it out when it's time to cut it out, which is hard sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's hard to have those hard cuts. And lately, I've been playing games with my cousin and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't have the energy to play games. Like I'd rather just use that in learning. And I need to play games because I need to see how other games work. I really need to see how other environments go. I kind of really need to research that and have that experience, right? But at the same time, it's like I have more fun just working in Unreal than actually playing a game. It's kind of nice. Um, there's somebody in the internet that I found that said like, well, if you're a game developer, you can do two things. Like you either play games and have a life, or you either do games and have a life. You cannot do three of them. You cannot like play games, do games, and have a life. It's just not doable. Um, that's why I'm really thinking in the future of making very short games. I like the mini game kind of strategy, something that you can play for 1-2 hours and you're done. That's it. It's like a movie, right? You watch it once, cool, nice. You really like the game, you can replay it, and you have some like replayability, but you can finish it in 2 hours. That's it. I'm not trying to like take away time from you. It's like World of Warcraft, the new World of Warcraft approach. Before, if you played World of Warcraft, like you needed to marry yourself to the game. You really needed to devote yourself to the game to actually achieve something. Now it's more like casual. More it's like now it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna play a little bit with my friends and call it a day. That's it. You can level up a character to max level in 1 week if you really want, 2 weeks. You know, it's not like before. Before it was like crazy demanding on you. Now it's not like that. Now it's like, yeah, you wanna play a little bit, good, that's it. And that's the kind of games I want to make. I wanna make very short games, very small interactive experiences that people can have fun with, and then continue with their day. Because at the same time, there's a lot of other games that people want to play, and they don't have the budget to buy a lot of AAA games. They don't have the budget to spend much time on one single game, so they really want to choose the best games possible. And that's something that I don't appreciate. When a game takes a lot of time from you, it's like it becomes kind of boring. For example, sometimes I play Sea of Thieves with my cousin, and it's kind of very fun. I like it. I like this game a lot. It's just that sometimes we are sailing in the sea for.
Speaking of that is why I invest my time in real-time strategy games like Halo Wars, where you jump in and beat done games with set end goals for quick playtime hobbies.
Oh, those are nice. I like those. Yeah, you can just like open up the thing, put your characters to do different actions, and check the process later. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's a very interesting genre of games. Yeah, I like that a lot. Um, and also, it all depends on how you deal with things. I I haven't played World of War. I didn't play World of Warcraft for like 5 years, and then I got back to it, and I played like for maybe 1 week and a half, very intensely, and I felt that like bad feeling of like, oh, this is like, I don't know how to describe this feeling. It's like fear of missing out. That's the feeling that World of Warcraft gives you sometimes. Fear of missing out. It's like, if I don't do this now, my friends are going to get the latest gear, and then I won't be able to do this dungeon with them. And then if I mess this up, I won't be able to do player versus player because everybody will have the latest gear and I will be super weak. And this fear of missing out really makes things not enjoyable. Yeah, that's the worst feeling in the world. Like, you are playing with human psychology and trying to make people feel anxious about playing a game, and like, that's totally wrong. Like, I seriously don't like that. And then I reached max level on World of Warcraft, and I just realized that, whoa, I got tangled in this again. I don't like this feeling. You know what? Let's just step away from this. I don't like this. So I just stopped playing for like 4 or 5 days, and then I came back and I talked to some friends about it, and one friend told me, dude, like, the less you play the game, the more you're gonna enjoy it. Very wise words from a very, very, very smart friend of mine, and he's totally right. Like, there's no need to rush, and that's the approach my cousin understood like a long time ago. He plays a lot of games, like a lot, but he's in no rush at all. He's not in no rush. You know, he he's in no rush to leveling his character to the max level in World of Warcraft. He's in no rush of doing anything in the game. He's all about playing with friends. He's all about playing with friends. It's like, okay, yeah, I play games because I like to socialize with other friends of mine that I cannot see in person. So we play Warhammer for 40,000, and then we play other games with his family members. Let's say with his girlfriend. We play another game that is like a little kind of farming game, like such a relaxing game, and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I need to learn more from my cousin. He's like really, really chill about it. You know, he's like, yeah, whatever. This tree right here is just like, what? Okay, yeah, I think that yeah, I really appreciate having this conversation. It's kind of interesting, like, because these are topics that you don't understand when you're younger. It's like you don't understand this when you're younger. Like, you get just tangled. You get like pulled away, and you get like so like addicted to a game that like it's horrible. Like, I was addicted to World of Warcraft. Like, I played that like 16 hours per day when I was like 14. That's probably why I use glasses now. I messed up my sight playing that game on a very bad monitor. And my dad got very mad with me. Like, he used to just turn off my computer like straight from the cable, like doof. And then he realized it was an online game, so he turned off the internet connection. That was funny. Yeah. So that's the deal. Take it easy. Take it easy. Whenever you get that feeling of fear of missing out, or just like over obsessing about a game is like, no, dude, step
Did you
away.
ever invest in LOL League of Legends?
I played League of Legends for about less than 30 hours and I was very bad at it, like very bad at it, and my friends used to get very mad with me, and I really stopped playing that, thankfully, because I was terrible at League of Legends. I was not able at dealing with pressure, so I used to do a lot of mistakes when the things get hot, you know. So my friends got like very annoyed with me, and I was like, no, I don't want to like mess their game. Sometimes I do play Heroes of the Storm, which is a little kind of similar kind of game, and I get to breathe it out and be more calm, and I get things done a little bit better. I had some fun with that game a couple of days ago with some friends, but yeah, usually I like solo player games. I like for example, the Warhammer 40,000 campaign. That's what I like. That's the kind of game I like. It's my own. I play at my own pace. I can like really stop and look at the textures. I can really, take my time to appreciate the details. And this is another thing that happens to me. When you're an environment artist, a 3D artist, you get distracted very easily with the art of a game, which other people find very annoying when you're trying to play with them. For example, in Helldivers with some friends, they used to get very annoyed with me. It's like, dude, like, why are you not moving? Like, what's wrong with you? And the friendly fire, yeah, we used to get a lot of friendly fire, because I used to throw like strikes, like orbital strikes and stuff, and I used to like get a lot of friendly fire, and they got very mad. That's funny. Which I think it's fun, but those guys were not having fun with that, and it became a little stressful. It became a little stressful to deal with. I like these trees, but I kind of want to change them for something different. So when you have this problem of like a tree just blocking your path, you can go to noise on the big trees and change that for maybe 2. Okay, no, 1.75 is, and then change the seed. Yeah, just a little bit the seed, and hopefully you don't get trees blocking that area. Well, no. It's funny because you change the seed and they block another thing. It's kind of fun. I kind of like this. Yeah, like a tree right there. Those trees are shell how do you call that? Shell shaded, two-sided. I forgot the name of that shading effect. Shell shading, I think it's called. 2D shell shading, I guess it's called. Oh no, these trees are appearing everywhere. Okay, let's keep on going with this, because I'm getting a little bit distracted, which is totally fine, because I'm actually working on the splines with more precision, but I do want to I see. Yeah, this foliage, I don't want them to move. It's gonna be very performance heavy. We need to cool this movement. Only the foliage that is closer to the player will have this effect. The other foliage will be totally static. We need to figure that out. what I was going to do, big trees. Yeah, the seed. I'm gonna just change the seed a little bit. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Look at this tree just like peering right on the bridge. Come on. Okay, if it doesn't want to work, it's okay. We can just paint them with foliage tools. No problem. If they don't want to like find a nice spot, it's okay. That's a little bit the issue with this procedural content generator, getting it like to work super nicely. Oh, I like this combination. It makes the whole ruins feel like they're under the trees. There's no blocking on the path. That's nice. Well, but if we look at the positive side, you can get multiple variations super quick, super easily, and that's probably the powerful thing about this. Alright, I wanna finish this jungle. And after this jungle, we will have the main forest, which is it's gonna be super quick to do. Where is it? Right here, the main forest, and then we're gonna have the orange forest and the swamp. I just need to change those PCG graphs, and we will get much better performance. Okay, let's see what we have here. So here I'm gonna make another spline and just get all of this area, and then maybe another spline for this area right here. Yeah, let's just get that going. Okay, okay, we don't need this graph anymore. Okay, jungle is looking great. Now I got the hang of this. Super nice. Okay, let's go. Get the speed biome jungle right here. Okay, cool. We're gonna get these around this area right there. Okay, nice. Let's see. So let's start with this. Okay, alt click. Okay, come on, let's get this fine. I'm wondering, is there like an easier way to do this? Okay, oof, no, that's not what I want. Let's just save before we continue with this. I think the problem might be that Unreal gets confused when the spline is floating. If I get it close to the ground, I think it's gonna be easier to deal with. Let me see. Click, alt, there you go. Yeah, I think it gets confused when it's very far away from the ground. It really doesn't understand what you're trying to click on. Okay. Okay, nice. So let's spawn this other forest. Okay. Imagine having a tool where you can like draw with your pen tablet and you just draw the spline. Wow. That would be nice. You can get the perfect shape and then modify the points. Okay, let's go. Almost done with this. I really wanna eat something greasy for lunch. I need some good energy to see if I can finish this today. I think I'm gonna cook some sausages that I got. Make them super greasy. Okay, let's see. Okay. Alt click. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, getting a little bit better with splines. Okay. Cool, let's go alt click. Okay. Let's go alt click right here. Oof, oof. Okay, there you go. All right, PCG working sweet. Okay. Let's see. Here I'm going to push this into here. Well, let me just get another point. Okay, good. Okay, now I just realized, if we use multiple splines with the same PCG graph, okay, everything's nice, but we don't have much control over each spline, because if they are very different in size, the density modifier is gonna be different. Or maybe it works per square meter. I think it works per square meter. Hopefully, that way we do get the same density on each square meter. So nice, just like, make me a forest now. Just appear from nowhere. So nice. It looks so cool. Just like bloop, boom. Little tiny palm tree right there. Nice. Cool. Almost there. Okay, let's push this a little bit. Let's just grab it there. Nice. I think it keeps the same density. It's just I think it's oh, what happened here? No, you stayed there, and this one is the one I want to pull. Okay. Okay, let's go a little bit more here. Nice. Okay. I love how performant this is. Like, it really allows me to just play with the spline without waiting too much time. Almost instantly. It really appears things instantly. The density is not that big. That's the deal. But we can also just tweak that out later. But for now, I really want to focus on performance. That's the main goal today. Get rid of everything that is like really killing performance. And hopefully get going with the next. I got some instructions today as well, so I'm gonna get some interesting areas. Oh. Okay, just move it. Nope, move it. Alt click. There you go. Yeah. I need these spline points to be bigger. I'm going into Reddit today. Yeah, I need to ask, is there a solution for this? Because I will be working with splines a lot, like a lot. Okay, let's get it. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, yep. It's not that dense actually. This jungle is a little bit empty. It might also have to do with the spline height. But it's okay. I'm gonna try to. This foliage makes no sense how I paint this here. It's just scattered like everywhere. Doesn't really follow any pattern, and it needs to be scattered in patches, in clusters like nature does. Alright, that's kind of nice. Then I want one last spline just to cover up this little tiny area here. And the entrance, is the entrance painted with foliage tools? Yeah, let's just try to cover up this area right here. And yeah, nice. Performance is much better. Let's see. Okay, let's get this going here. SP biome jungle. Boom. Just one little tiny spline right there. Pick it up. Make sure the point is outside the landscape, and then alt click right in the center. There you go. Nice. Sometimes the point might get intersected in the landscape, and that's why it's almost impossible to click on it. Okay, just a little tiny bit more. Okay, the orange forest is gonna be super easy to do, and I'm a little bit worried about the swamp environment, which I think I'm not gonna touch because the swamp environment is delicate. I think the swamp environment I'm gonna keep like that. It's very delicate because it's using a lot of foliage painting, so if I mess the PCG from that environment, oof, we're gonna lose a lot of work there. I think I'm gonna keep that one like that. The swamp environment is a different topic, since it's probably the most finished area here. It's well, yeah, most advanced, let's say. Nothing is close to finish, but I need to be careful because I don't want to mess up my... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's try it with this other one. Alt click. Okay, there you go. There you go. Let's try to get a little bit here. Oops. Let's push this around there. And let's see if we can get around. We can go around this little rock, and I think that's it. Oof. Big trees blocking the way. Okay, let's go closer to the spline because I don't see. Those trees just super huge, appearing everywhere. Okay, I want to try to get this one here, this other one there, add another point. Well, it's okay. Oops, it's okay. Right here. Okay. Let's cut out a little bit the spline so it doesn't go into the rock. Woof, what's going on here? I want this spline to touch the floor. There you go. You can do that by pressing End key and just on each individual spline point. It's a nice trick just to make them touch the ground, which it's just a nicer way to visualize what you're doing, because this spline has a bound modifier which will spawn meshes. I think it's 150, like 150 units down the spline and 150 units up the spline. That way, if you are dealing with a environment like this, which has a lot of height variation, it will just simply work nicely, even though the spline is floating. Sometimes it's too far away from the ground. We can change that number, but also it's kind of nice to have the spline touching the ground, so you get a better idea of the shape of the spline. Doesn't need to be touching the ground perfectly. Okay, I think pretty happy with this. Let me just set some. Oh, sometimes it just goes into the void. Yep, sometimes it doesn't like to just detect the collision on the landscape for some reason. Okay, here I want to add another point right there to see if we can spawn some little things in there. Okay, it's okay. All right. Okay, cool. So what is this? You see, oof, this one went down like crazy. This is bad because if you separate the spline too much from its other points, then the bound modifier doesn't work properly. And sometimes I get confused with the other splines. I'm using a spline to cut out the path, which we don't need anymore, I guess. Yeah, let's just get rid of it actually. Yep, actually I don't need this spline anymore, which is jungle trail, jungle camp. These are splines created with the modeling tools, so they don't live in the content browser, they live only in the outliner and in the level. This is not a spline blueprint actor. So if I delete them, there's no way to place them back in here. But it's okay, I can draw them back again if I need. Gone. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. What's going on with this? Okay, let's get these points a little bit up. Okay, let's drop. Okay. Let's drop this around here. Let's push this around there. And here I kind of want to get a little bit more. Let's see here. Again, we are dropping the points. A little bit too low. Let me see, where's the next point? Oh, okay, this is very far away. Let's get this going up and drop it. And also, let's see if I can alt click on the point to create a new one. Okay, there you go. Nice. Okay, oops. Okay, let's push it a little bit there. There you go, just to get some stuff. And yeah, I'm just gonna push this spline a little bit more here around the corner of the rock, of this rock. And let's see, alt click. Okay. Okay, let's just try to get it here. Alt click. Come on, let me drag it right. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Okay, sometimes it just really doesn't like to work. Like, yeah, like, do I need to like be so specific, or does it need, like, is it like the height, like does it get bugged out if it's too high up, or I don't know what's the deal with these little spline points. Like it just doesn't allow me to select it and drag it. Okay, alt click. Okay. Oh my god. There you go. You need to like do it like very slowly, very gently. If you move the mouse too fast, you do like a quick motion, it just doesn't pick it up. You really need to try to get the center of the pivot, the center of the gizmo, and then pull very gently, and it will create that spline point for you. A little bit like the landscape tools, you need to like be very gentle with those brushes. There's probably like a delay or something, so it does not pick the real position if you do it too quick. That's my best guess on why it's so hard to just create spline points sometimes. Okay. All right, let's get this going here. Boom. Okay. Let's push this one. Okay, sometimes, yeah, that's another problem. Sometimes splines go underneath the landscape, and there's actually no way to pick them up, to click on them until you actually get them on top of the landscape. Yep, I'm missing a big tree here. I would like this to spawn a big tree. which, well, we can place manually. Doesn't matter. And let's see, are we spawning too much stuff in here? No, not really. Inside the rock. So that's it for the jungle. That's the base spline. I'm not gonna give it too much detail for now. Just gonna very happy that we actually changed the graph to something more friendly for performance.
As for your world's wildlife, will it be like simple creatures or more exotic while also having the average natural predators?
I want to base myself on natural predators and make them fantasy, like, you know, play a little bit with the character design and like the creature design and make them like a little bit more interesting. So, you know, I was thinking about this creature the other day. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot the creature I was thinking of. But yeah, we don't want to have just a common animal just walking around, like, you know, like a typical monkey just walking around. Like, no, that's boring. We want to have like a monkey with a machete. How do you call that? You know, like a little sword to cut grass, and with like a leather kind of dressed in leather or something. I don't know, like some kind of like interesting characters. Since it's fantasy and stuff, we don't just want to add like a crocodile right there. You know, it will be so much nicer to have like a humanoid crocodile walking around. That'll be much more interesting. Which actually they're very cool. That's a nice character to make, actually. Wow, I think it's time to get some food. This PCG graph got me exhausted. Seriously, like, I'm just drawing splines and it got me tired.
A monkey with a machete, I can't say I have ever seen or heard of such a thing. I'm interested in the idea.
Imagine how scary just walk into the jungle and these guys fall from the trees and like it's like, give me all your possessions. And you need to fight them and stuff. That's crazy. Yeah, definitely. I got a bunch of ideas for creatures. I kind of want to make like a big toad that throws like the tongue at you and like pull you, and then gets inside the toad, like a little bit like Kirby, this Nintendo character that like absorbs kind of enemies, and then like it spits you out, and it also throws like acid. We do have toads in Costa Rica that spit acid, and they can leave you blinded if you are not careful enough. That would be very cool, having like a toad character. Let's see, density, I want to erase, and I want to the brush, let's change the brush size to something smaller, like maybe 800. So maybe 150, and then go like just like and make little patches of foliage like this. We don't want to have all this scattered around. We want to grow in patches, because that's usually how things work. You get plants producing seed, and they just fall down and grow right next to each other, and then you have a bird that picks those seeds or fruits and delivers them to another area where another patch grows. So we want to replicate those little patches of vegetation. Makes it look much more nicer and believable. Just a little bit like that to cut off, especially those. I don't like those that grass in
But
there.
in truth, if you are going for a broad sense of fauna, why not take a few ideas from Pokemon, like back to the magic system? What about the possibility that some fauna may have magic and or abilities?
Oh yeah. I'm not sure exactly how much we are going into fantasy and stuff, but I kind of want to do some very cool stuff. Like, I really want to have the less amount of rules possible, you know? I want to have like the biggest amount of creative liberties possible, you know? Like, really make some interesting creatures that have like no logic in real life. Like inspire yourself in some kind of logic, but you know, it really create some interesting stuff. So I need to really check what the mood is going to be for the game, what the, you know, how much are we actually going to rely on like how much are we going to like reference ourselves in reality and stuff, which is always great. Like, you need to reference always yourself in reality for things to be more interesting, but how far can we twist this reality, you know? That's the question. That's the question I got. I like this. I cleaned up a little bit that foliage that was not really helping. Yep, let's just clean off.
True.
Yeah, I would like to make those questions to the team for sure. I'm very interested on what their ideas are. But I know this is going to be fantasy, so yeah, I will be expecting like some very interesting stuff. I want to make dungeons that are like inside big creatures and stuff. Like, you need to walk inside a creature and then you kill enemies inside like maybe a living creature or something. That'll be crazy. I'm not really sure how we can achieve that, but that'll be super interesting. Alright, so yep, I'm just gonna delete a little bit this foliage. Here as well is intersecting too much. No need for that. This grass does not really resemble grass. I kinda wanna get rid of that. Yeah. This is intersecting too much. No need for that. Yep, it's okay. Just clean up a little bit. That was bothering me a little. It's okay. Let's just leave it there. Nice. I'm gonna just deselect all of them, just so I don't make any messes. And save. Cool. Yay, nice. Ooh. Oh my god, I got some text messages. Okay. Oh no! Oh, what happened? I thought I was going to spawn on top of a tree. Okay, we're getting barely 30 frames per second. I'm gonna take off the world position offset. That's what makes the plants move. We want to make them move, but for now I think I'm gonna take it off to see actually how much that will impact performance. Also the water shader, I believe the water shader, it's really killing performance. Yeah, okay, that's kind of nice. It plays much quicker. It feels much nicer to move around. It doesn't look as dense or as impressive as I had before, but we're gonna make it more interesting. And also I just don't want to place random foliage everywhere because it really doesn't look nice. So now we got the jungle worked out, and now I got the burn forest worked out, and now I can really make quick changes, adjust the splines, really start working on the level design stuff. So we need to do the same with the orange forest biome. And this other one, yeah, we need to do it here as well. Let me see something here. Yeah, I mean, this biome, it's kind of good. Like, I love the fog on the swamp environment. This biome kind of works good with that strategy because the bounding box is very small, so we are actually taking advantage of the whole bounding box. It's actually here it works good. So I will leave the swamp like that, and I'm going to get the orange forest working. And let's see, actually the orange forest, we are not getting any foliage spawned outside the boundaries. That happens when you have rocks, static meshes. You see, there you go. We do have some trees underneath these rocks, which we don't need those trees for this environment. So I probably need to do it with the orange forest as well, so we can actually get some more closer to the ocean, but not too close. So that's good. But the two areas that were really like hurting performance, I think, were the tropical area, which was getting just inside the rocks, inside these mountains, and we had a lot of trees just hidden right there, and I know that's totally unnecessary, and we got rid of that, so that's good. Also in this area we had a lot of burnt twisted trees just hidden underneath mountains, and that's something that I actually got rid of, so I'm pretty happy about it. And yeah, let's check the burn forest PCG. Wanna make a quick test with everything on and see how it performs. These are the splines, which I just need to use one, but I kind of messed it up in this. I was testing and learning a little bit. So we have 1, 2, 3. So the number 4th I'm actually not gonna use. Let's delete this one. I'm thinking, is there any advantage of on having multiple blueprint splines? I don't think so. All the settings can be tweaked from the PCG graph. We don't need to have this separated biome, and then activate it right here. It spawns super quickly. It's super nice. Wow, compared to how much time it took us like before, wow, so much more nicer to work with. And here I'm gonna make a little box right here, which is gonna be called, with C, I'm gonna call this Burnt Forest in big letters. So I know that I'm working on the Burnt Forest. I'm gonna make it orange, so I know what I'm actually working on. Okay, cool, cool. And that's it. Let's save here. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay. Oh, it's turned off on the outliner. So let's go PCG. And let's activate the river rocks, which I need to fix this too. This is kind of fun. I don't understand what's going on with these river rocks. Why are they so expensive on performance? Let's go this and Burnt Forest 1 and environment tiles. Wait, what is this? Okay. Oops. Oops. Don't tell me that. Let's see. No, I think I deleted something I didn't need to. Okay. Oh, ooh. I deleted a spline I didn't need to delete. No. Okay, well, it's just a little area. I will just make it super quick. Let's see this one. Oops, SP biome. Okay, this Burnt Forest, it's set up differently. Yeah. Okay, we got Burnt Forest 2. We got Burnt Forest 3. Yeah, is the unloaded? Oh, it's unloaded. Oh, now we're getting unloaded assets. I see. Okay, I got confused. Okay, let me just change this name to have everything super nicely on the outliner as well. This is number 1. Okay, cool. We got an unloaded asset. I see. And that's the big question. I don't see how to load this. We're supposed to get a little pin here when you have the world settings activated, but I'm not using world settings. I mean the world partition settings, and it says unloaded. Yeah. This is my favorite thing in Unreal Engine, like unloaded assets. I just love it so much. It really. It's the most confusing thing ever. And it's very hard to tell. It's very hard to tell that you have an unloaded asset. It's like, oh, it's unloaded after spending like a lot of time figuring out what's wrong. That's why naming conventions are very important. So I believe that if I close and open this thing, it should load the asset for me again, I guess. So yeah, I will go and have some food because pretty hungry and I need some energy to continue. Ooh, yeah, this PCG really got me tired. But I'm very happy we got the burn forest, we got the jungle biome, much more optimized, and we are going to continue with this optimization and really figure out what's the best solution to make this look beautiful and perform great. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and I should be back probably in about an hour or something.